আবার এটাও নিতে হবে কেন?
লোকরা দেখবে।
হ্যাঁ, লোকরা দেখে ভর্তি হয়ে যাচ্ছে। তোমার শুধু শুধু এই পয়সা খরচ করার ধান্দা। নো নিড। কে বয়ে গেছে, কার বয়ে গেছে? কাম ইন, কাম ইন, প্লিজ কাম ইন। হ্যাঁ, সিট comfortably. You can see your faces wherever you see. Okay, no, no, sit. They can sit.
যাদের কোনো ইনস্ট্রাক্টর নেই মহারাজ, তারা দেখে। আপনি বলেন দেখে না, দেখে, আমিও দেখি।
কে দেখে? এখানে নাম্বারে উঠবে তো, বললে তো হবে না নো ভিউয়ার ইয়েট। আর if I get one viewer, I am happy. One viewer is there. What type of this broadcasting? It does have no meaning. But if people see that, এই জন্য if it is meaningful that some people are watching, one viewer will come after half an hour maybe, or maybe perhaps someone here, she is maybe watching, and that will be one viewer. And I am happy that someone is viewing my talk. What great I am. So my one viewer is seeing online. So now someone speaks, there are hundreds, thousands, meaning. They have their meaning. People get anything out of that. So what is that? So I am not interested, but sometimes I am helpless.
I tuned in once when I was sick. It was, I couldn't come because I was sick. So how do you tune in? It's Ustream. Ustream/Vedanta. Oh, I have it written down. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Live? Did you listen live?
Live, or you can go afterwards. Ustream.tv.
Ustream.tv.
/channel.
/Vedanta channel.
Vedanta. Voice of Vedanta. Simple thing.
I have it written down. Okay. What will we change that?
Ustream. Now they are again thinking of changing it. So when YouTube, then anyone can go. That is nothing to tell that.
You're going to put it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Someone has the impression.
We will stream through YouTube.
I see.
We already have that Voice of Vedanta YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I will just set it up so that for
you
the
can
next
stream
week.
Through that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So easily, it is forcing upon somebody to watch. So many hundreds and thousands of YouTubes. Another junk is added to that.
Huh? No, it's not a junk. It's our own convenient time.
It's a new language.
See, we always do not get time to come here.
Just videos, it's Ustream.
Now as it is, it is. No.
It's going to change. It's going to change.
Let me say what is that. First is Ustream. Ustream. .tv. আবার কথা বলে সবাই বলো ustream.tv /channel /Voice of Vedanta. Simple. Okay. Now, Asha, keep it there on the machine. When she goes, she will take.
Thank you.
No problem. This is all we have. Come back for seconds tomorrow.
Okay, so this is a book Yoga Vasishta we read normally this Tuesday. It is one of the wonderful Vedantic text. So the last time we talked about, not I'm going to regular class because it is not announced. So last time we read the chapter which connected with is called detachment. And Vedanta means detachment. That we discussed that day. But detachment, not only Vedanta says, as I said, yoga says detachment is enough. When you meditate, what do? You have to focus here and get detached from what? Other things. That is called your detachment. Your bhakti. You are detached from other things, attaching to God. So where is not detachment needed? So detachment is a fundamental factor in the path of spirituality. And Vedanta gives more emphasis because we struggle in our spiritual life, and after some time we say nothing happening, and we blame the mantra, We blame the Guru and blame the scriptures. But the point is that neither the scripture has come to delude you. Hey, you want to eat something, go if is there something. Okay. And then come back. Okay. Quick, quick, quick. So, because we get the example the other day that we are rowing the boat heavily, but the boat is not moving anywhere. Why? Only one mistake. We have not pulled out the anchor. Anchor is there and we forgot to pull out. So we are doing our spiritual practice, rigorously going to temple and prayer and crying and weeping, all these things we are doing. But we do not know why the boat is not moving. So where is the point? Point is that somewhere we are getting attached. Because of that attachment, my mind is not coming up and it is not taking my boat to the destination and goal. Just get in, don't wait. Our attention is going upon you.
What page are we on?
No page. We have not gotten there yet.
Just chapter on detachment.
First chapter is the detachment chapter. Anyhow, now comes the question, why we get to that attachment? Where does it come from? So there is a discussion. The whole Vedanta book will discuss again and again, because we have been forced to think in one way. Even if I try to do this way, but there is another force, unconscious force driving me to push in another direction. Who is the guy? You did that for me. No, you do not do. Oh, not she did that or she did that. No, he did. No, no one does. You are goaded by some force, unseen force. What is that force? Force of your own past thoughts and deeds and actions, which is accumulated in the system that is called the impression in the mind. Sangaskaras. That is the driving force. Why you get attached to something and other is not getting? My attachment goes to something because I have my past momentum which drives me in that direction, and I am forced as it were helplessly. That's the chapter is called impression. An impression to be destroyed. Why? Whatever we are doing in this life, take it for a rational analysis. What is our life? Our life is one force positive, another force negative. Another, if you say this is the horizontal line, and this is the vertical line. So one force goes 30 degrees, another goes 80 degrees, another goes minus 30 degrees. In our action, thought, activity, the resultant force, parallelogram of forces in dynamics or where? I forgot, long back I forgot. Wherever is that?
Dynamics.
Dynamics. So it is static and dynamics. So here in dynamics, we, as a science, we know this a ball is kicked, the football going on. Which direction will be the ultimate destination of the ball to get out of all when it's going out of the head and heading and this and that? Which direction? It is a cumulative effect of all the pushes and pulls and directions and this and that. Very simple. That's why science helps us. Science says the ball does not go into this direction or that direction. It is the resultant force, parallelogram of forces. There is a calculation and you can find out. All the engineers and scientists are here, they will know much better than me, that it goes in a resultant direction and result with a resultant force. Is it not? Resultant direction. Not that it is going because you put your head this way and ball on that way. No. It has a potential energy there and that has been diverted in another way. Ultimately, when the ball goes to the goal, or to the any direction, it is the resultant effect of all these forces applied. And that is the direction, and that is the force the ball moves. Our life is exactly that. Every good action you do, it is adding to that momentum. It is changing the direction. It is putting in a new velocity, new strength, energy. No? And we gather those things according to our impression. Why I love someone, why I love something, why I hate something. Don't blame anyone. It is your own doing, and you own your own collection in the stock book, in your own collection box. So it is called the impression. And also scientifically talking about this is the resultant force. Another, in the yogic term, if we say, every thought I think, everything I see, it creates an immediate action and reaction, impression in me. That good food touched my tongue. I said, wow, it's good, good, good. This will not die. The immediate impression was it is good. But it subsides into the subconscious and remains as something settled down. In any opportune moment comes, another day, another food comes, that memory will bring out that, oh, that day's food was good, but not today's. Or that was bad, this is good. No? So you see, nothing is lost in the world. All thoughts have its immediate action, immediate reaction. At the same time, it goes to the subconscious. It is retained there. Opportune moment comes, it gets aggravated and it comes out in the surface. Does it make sense? So this is our life. You go, you see any innocent child who have no concept of any sexual idea. So a man goes there, a woman goes there, they are dressed or undressed. It matters nothing in the mind of the child. Because that impression is not yet dominant to come out, and it is not yet ready. বসে পড়ুন দাঁড়িয়ে থাকছেন কেন এত জায়গা? So dominant idea is that there are different, all ideas, all types of impressions are there. But when it matches with that, it is a stimulating agent. When you go to some environment, suppose you suddenly go to a temple and you feel, wow. It is not wow only that moment. It has a past reference to that. Your tendency was such that you wanted to find that immediate that type of peace somewhere, and it resonated in your heart, in the subconscious, it came out, and as a result it mashed together and you feel little wow. You get disgusted. Oh my God, I went to that place, it's disgusting. What makes it disgusting? Because your reaction and whatever the impression it created, it actually is not suited to your taste and temperament. What is your taste and temperament? Your past impression, what you are holding on. So in our sanskara, all the good, all the bad, it goes back into a form of impression form, fine form. The gross form is the reaction, immediate reaction. I get mad. I get happy. The madness or happiness what I get, that is the immediate reaction. Our chitta vrittaita, chitta, our mind becomes rippled with that anger ripple, or frustration ripple, or excitement ripple, whatever. That is the immediate reaction. But what happens after that is done? It goes to the substratum and remains there, potentially there. It can be stimulated again to bring out. That's why we say, I remember, you told me that day, and this is this, this is this. I can't forget that. Right? After 10 years, even I can remember that. And I can fight with that point even now. How bad you are, and you did this, or you good did that. Good we don't tell much, but bad is. So this is the point, that it remains there. Why it remains? It remains in my mind. So mind has three status: subconscious, conscious, superconscious. So conscious level, we live in the conscious level now. That's called our conscious level. But this conscious level, every moment we are buffeted by all this, bombarded with all these actions and reactions every second, every split second, how many waves are coming in our mind and creating wave. We forgot, we don't know even. It is anything I am seeing, instantly creating one impression. So it is always bombarded, and that impressions are set. And as a result, when I was not careful in my whole life and previous life, and we didn't pay any attention. So whatever the senses brought this information, and my mind being polluted, colored, not clean, it took in whatever perspective, as anger, as lust, as greed, as this, all get settled in my stock. Swami Vivekananda gave the example, you think like a pool. In that pool, you take some stone and throw it. What will be the reaction in the pool? You will find that in the pool, there will be immediately a wave. That's the immediate reaction. You say something, and I immediately react with that. Happy, unhappy, whatever. So I do that. But where the stone goes, stone gets settled into the subconscious, in the bottom of the lake. So the bottom of the lake, here is a mind which is considered like a lake, and water is the mind. And there every experience, every thought, every action is always not creating the immediate action and reaction, but it is also going to the substratum. And that substratum is building up, building up, building up. And that's why we are carrying the bundle of our impressions. It's called the sanchita karma. Karma, work done, as which has been accumulated. You did 1,000 holy thoughts. They're accumulated in your bundle. Some negative thought, some destructive thought, that's also there. And now I am carrying life after life after life. That bundle added more, added more. That's why you find that even a holy man sometimes behave like an animal under circumstances. No? Where the animal instinct comes, he's a holy person. His mind is clean. But what happens? So long the body is there, this process is operating. So this impression suddenly comes up. Because it's three types of work. Karma. One is sanchita, the accumulated past. Another is kriyamana, what I am doing now. This action, this talk, this interaction, and what has started this body. That is called the prarabdha. Prarabdha means which has started this body. Suppose you take an arrow, you have in the quiver, there are thousands of arrows there. You take one and you target. And you target is okay. But as you just let go of your string, then the arrow moves this way. No? You cannot say, hey, arrow don't go that side, come this side. No more. It's already out of your hand and you have shooted it. Because why you shoot it? You desire that my target will be this. Isn't it? We forgot. কবে আমি বাহির হলেম তোমার পথ চেয়ে সে তো আজকে নয় সে আজকে নয়. I do not know why I expected this, but I was expecting that will give me joy, that will give me bliss, that will give me freedom. Wrongly or rightly, I thought that way. And I pull my string, and a life starts there, this life, and it's going on. In this life, you cannot say, hey, why it is bad, who is doing this. You have decided this angle. Have you attached this angle? It will have a different experience. If you go to the 115 freeway, you will have one experience. You go to the surface road, it will have another experience. There are so many ways of going. But as you have decided, for you, I didn't decide. You didn't decide for me. It's logical. You're all talking logical things. So in this life, what is going on, this has been started by me. And by me means I am a slave of that situation, resultant force and a what you call the angle. This life is moving on. Someone is from the childhood feeling attraction for God. Someone is from the childhood. You see the children, how many tendencies of the children. Nowadays, see, you get the games and toys and this and that. Some child, from the very childhood, they are very much meticulous about all these technologies. Someone is gun, this, he's expert in gun, all types of gun. And then someone is expert in all types of what you call aircrafts and other. Someone is music. So this child is playing tabla like that. Who has decided? You decided that you will play a tabla? A mother has decided that you will play a tabla? Who? It is the individual soul who came with a bundle of old past, with a decision of one of the arrow is now this life, and there are many desires. Ami bahu vasanare pan pone chai. I have infinite number of desires. Only I want to fulfill one desire. Therefore, desire goes on, and this desire is pulled me into this prarabdha. So now, in this life, it is going on this way. I have no control over this journey. But what I can do, I can change my thought process. Being in this journey, I can be detached. So I don't suffer. You don't suffer, you don't enjoy. But you remain in peace, that is bliss. Mind the point. You don't suffer because you are detached, if you can learn that. If you are detached to happiness and misery, if you are detached to who gives you joy, who gives you pain, detached, then what happens? Your arrow is moving in this direction and you are confronting these people. They are coming in your life. You have no control. Who will come and who will go away? Look at our life. How many of our friends from our childhood, when you are baby until now, think about the past. How many bosom friends? How many we ate together and slept together and talk day and night, and this is a bosom friend. Where are they gone now? New friends coming, new. It's in the journey. Like Indian Railway train journey. You go from Calcutta to Chennai, 3 nights journey. You are in the train for 3 nights, so the train is moving, people are coming and chit-chatting, someone is becoming good friend, someone becoming little angry with you, someone is giving food to you, someone you are sharing food with them, you are noting down their address, and friendship is so much, and then leave and ha 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 ha, you cry sometime, and sometimes you say, my God, this guy just gone. So this is our life's journey goes on like that. But if we can be detached, that is the beauty of that. If we can be detached, what will happen? My journey will go. I know this friendship is also temporary and this hatred is also temporary. But my life should give me peace. We want peace. We want unadulterated peace, not to go away from me for any time. So how that can be achieved? See, my past impression will force me to be attached with this or detached with this. But if we learn this scientific process of analyzing life and then let the journey go, enjoy your life and can keep your peace intact. How you can peace your intact? The scripture suggesting that you change your attitude of life and you live in life. Won't you love anyone? Yes, you will love, but you know it is not permanent. You love because God is there. Either take this value, or if you are too much Vedantic, it is all not. It is Atman, not. Anything which comes, no. You have the courage to say no. Let's say, take whatever aspect you know. So what happens then afterwards? This life will move on, and our impression, that impression which I created in other life, holy company, holy thoughts, because you are detached, then naturally the normal thought which is come from our old past impression, with the good thoughts will come. Otherwise you cannot be detached. You must have to attach. We have read just now, I and me and mine. We have read the other class. Me and mine, that's the all problem comes over there. So thee and thine. So that attitude is to be brought. So detachment comes, it is not mine. तुम्हारी देवा प्राणे तुम्हारी देवा दुख तुम्हारी देवा बुके तुम्हारी অনুভব तुम्हारी সকলিত তারপরে কি anyhow everything belongs to you, nothing for me. Everything, it is in you. We feel the experience because you are here, O Lord. This heart where I feel the pain and joy, it is yours. And this is the place to experience, that is you. The pain it comes, it is you. The joy it comes, it is you. So you see, all become one. So no question of hatred and love. Then that is called the freedom, because I am established in my peace. So now, what is the journey in our life? As I said, we cannot change this journey. It is called the prarabdha karma, which have started, it will continue. But in this process, we can attain knowledge of the self, who we are. How it will come? Only if we establish ourselves in that peaceful state. But we are very bad. We don't want peace. Look at our life. Most of the people say, I love, but there's no love in. And if you love peace, why do you go fight? Why do you fight? Oh, because of this, but why you do fight and you create your suffering? Why not keep peace? How to keep peace? Don't expect. And they accept this is this. Accept this guy will be like that. There will be some people to stimulate you every moment. খোঁচাবে যাতে তুমি নাচতে পারো every moment to trigger something, boom, boom, boom. And you, it is mother testing you. But you fail 100 times. But this is the point. You want peace? What to do? You act and react with them? Or you be an observer? Say, this is the way of life. This has come, this will go away. Being in that, keep the mind in peace. So the deep impression which is guiding us always, hey, it is bad, it is good, that deep impression will be changed, and I am creating new impression on that, getting this spiritual instruction from the sages and the saints and the guru, to replace it with this noble thought. But this is a changing thing of life. Every moment it is changing. I am changing, my body is changing, my mind is changing, my emotions are changing, my understanding is changing, my ego is also changing. And as such, everyone is changing. Who was telling, oh, I don't like it. I was not like this. I was getting different now. This change is I. Whatever you say I, it is a mass of change. And it is always changing, changing, changing. That's why to come to that point of peace where there is no change. And how can we do that? That past impression is goading us to act and react with the things which coming in our life. Spiritual life is that past impression is there. Why you bend towards that? Why not take a recourse to think that you are divine or you are a child of God? Keep that idea. You not to expect anything from the world. Not to expect anything from the world. Mind it. Things will be there. You go through that, but don't expect anything. That expectation is the dangerous thing which creates all our miseries. Expectation, how can I live in life without expectation? Yes, I expect, but let go. You expected that you will get a good job. You tried for that, and then let go. I didn't get it, okay. But I did that, I applied, I'm the best candidate, and I was there. Really, it is done. They have done a wrong thing. Okay, who is gaining what? You are making your life peace to destroy. We are good at destroying our peace, really, really. We do not know, we don't think in this way. We blame always others, but we create our restlessness and disturbed mind because of our expectation. Expectation is there, but detached to the expectation even. I expect God realization. Raja Maharaj sometimes has scolded many people. Don't be restless. Holy Mother sometimes said, oh, because you do 10,000 japa, so God is like a commodity, like what you call fish market. You want to go to fish market, you give $10 and they will give $10 fish. Huh? I have done 100 japa, so you come up to me 1 inch. And I have done 10,000, so you should have to come 10 inches. Holy Mother even. Holy Mother so kind all the time, said, write him that God is not a commodity to be purchased. So you expect. But that expectation should not make you restless in a depressed way. Restlessness is spiritual, restlessness is good sometimes. I have not achieved yet, I will have to do that. But it should not put you to such depression, rather more action. You are driving the car, oh, I am not in San Diego yet, I have not, when shall I go, I do not know this, that. Why are you talking like that? Focus on driving. Pay attention. Swami Vivekananda's words. End and means should be matched together. As much emphasis on the end, so much emphasis on the means. Many times we give attention to the end, but don't pay attention to the means. Suppose you are cooking and feeding us. You don't pay attention to what the means. I think only good food, good food, good food. Good food will come. So attention should be means, should be given more. So means is how we live the life. And how our life has already started as a prarabdha. It has started already in my previous, when I dying, last death point, I have a plan. I desire. Oh, I will be like this. Yeah. Everyone die before death. If you ask what you want to be, say someone was not fulfilled with one profession or something, they will say, next time I will be like that. Someone musician will, I will be better musician. Someone will say, I will be better engineer. I will be better something. Always something good. But that is again starting point of that. So anyhow, whatever has happened, that is the past impression and drove me up to this point. But my point is that how we can work on that and make a journey in the way as it is going on. You cannot change the track now. That's why it's called kapal. Hinduism sometimes talks about my kapal, my fate. But that's the wrong thing to say fate. You have created the fate. You can change it, change the fate. You should not be fatalist. But it has value in it, understanding that because it is a fate means I have created that and that is the prarabdha taking me in this life. But I can detach. That's the point. You can enjoy the journey, remain in peace with the friends come, whoever comes, have that normal relationship and keep your peace and joy and bliss intact. That's called Brahmajnani. So and in this process, when you become perfectly can learn to detach, as the scriptures say, then you feel free. No one can give you suffering, no one can bind you, and that is the state of freedom. So it is the impression which is goading us now because of my past karma, good and bad. Can we change that old, everything old? No. That's why we act on the surface, what is coming up in the surface. That's why we deal in our meditation, what comes in the surface. If you dig down, oh my God, there is tiger, there is snake, there is scorpion, there is what not. Hindus believe that 8.4 millions of births went back. Then we became a human. And what human? Animal human. Fresh from the forest. Devilish, mean, unkind, beastly. No? And that has got improved after life and life and life. Now we are thinking of God. We are much come forward, but it's now we have to move forward. So all impressions are there. So how we don't become a victim of those impressions, but live in this life by detaching. So this impression is very important. Though I want to be good, but it does not allow me to be good. Duryodhana said, Janami dharmam, I know what is called dharma. Nacha me pravitti, I have no intention to do and act like that. Janami adharmam, I know that is not dharma, that is not righteous activity. Nacha me nivritti, I cannot avoid that. I do that again. People say, Alcoholic Anonymous, they confess there. Oh, I don't like anymore, but I can't help it. That means we get obsessed. In our every life's thoughts and ideas, we are obsessed. So how can obsessed people enjoy anything? Tell me. Drug addict, alcoholic, smoking, wherever you are addicted, check, their joy is gone. Many people came to me as a testimony. I can testify that. I got enough report from people. They say, I don't find any joy in that. But I am helpless. I need it. So this is the obsession coming, not because of continuous habit. Again and again, it becomes such that it becomes part of life. That's why now if this is true, this science can be applied continuously. Rewind as you make a clockwise movement and bound it. Now unlock it. The opposite. Take the name of the Lord constantly. What will happen? It will have its effect, counterbalancing all this negativity. Go. You will be obsessed in japa. How will be that? Holy Mother is to get obsessed in japa. 100,000, 110,000 japa means repetition of the holy name. Baba, could you believe? We say how many japa? I don't get time for 108. Huh? Oh, my 108 I did today. Sorry, what 108? Do 1,000. What 1,000? Do 10,000. Do every day. No time. But you have time for gossip. Because the old impression is pulling us that way, and it has become a part of our life. I don't find any trouble for that. But when you talk about repeating the name of Lord, thinking of something holy, oh, my situation is not favorable, and I chit chat. I find so much to listen the gossip of others. I don't want, but I am helpless. Why I am helpless? Because I find joy. Why do you get joy? Because you have practiced it so much. Obsessed, samskaras. But who has created the samskar? I created my samskar. Let it be opposite samskar. Okay? Try to think. It is hard, but once you get into that test, then we change the whole world in our own vision. World will not change. We will change. And this spirituality is changing ourselves. So this deep impression which you are carrying, we have no hand on that. It is out of our hand. What have I done, good or bad, consciously or unconsciously, in our waking state, dream state, sleep state? I have no control over that now. That bundle of the quiver, I'm carrying it wherever. I'm a hunter. So wherever I go, that baggage is with me. That's the sanchita, accumulated past. And this is the arrow on action. And after this, if any time one spiritual seeker says, I experienced, I am equal to enemy and friend. I am not attached to anything of the world, but I am attached to my divine self. By repeating the opposite way, obsessed with God. And I have learned now I am free. When you get that, that means you grow distaste for all the things which are bothering us or attracting us. And because that decision is taken in the mind, or it becomes a spontaneous experience, what will happen? It will happen that you have no connection with the past bundle of impressions which was carrying, it gets disconnected. Because I don't care for anything in the universe. All the potential devices was there, potential attractions or repulsions were there, they are nullified. One can get liberation in this life to start. No more to start anymore, only till this journey, life drops. The arrow hits the target, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, drops. Finish. This body is dropped and the soul gets into the liberation, eternal liberation. So this is the whole journey of life. Samskaras are guiding us. Samskaras had been, or impressions have been created by us by repeated habit and repeated practice. And now the same impression we can change into divine impression by repeated practice, repeated thinking. That's why you see all spiritual seekers say, they think of God day and night, think of holiness, think of purity, think of who you are day and night. So doing that, you create a new impression in your mind, and that will be so spontaneous. You are sleeping, that time also you will say, I am that. Swami Vivekananda met during his journey that one monk was caught, and a tiger was catching the neck of that monk, and the tiger is going to eat. So tiger is holding the neck and putting his body on his body, his back, and going on. And what the voice coming? So aham, I am that, I am that, I am at the jaws of death. The sadhu, the holy man, so much obsessed in his practice that I am that, I am that, in the jaws of death, in the mouth of a tiger, he is repeating, I am that, not the body. See, force of it goes that far. So these are all examples before us that it is possible if we can follow this path intensely. How intense, how slow, it depends. The success depends upon that. So this is the deep impression. We are all guided by that force. And because of those obsessed things in our mind is not allowing us to think of the divine. But we have the power and potential strength that change our thought process, imbibing nobler thoughts, higher thoughts, and applying them for self-realization. And being detached in life situation, to do our duty the most efficient way. We'll be the best performer in the world. At the same time, keep the peace inside, keep the joy inside, not to be bogged down by the circumstances, its effects, its reactions. So how we can do that? That is called freedom, the path of freedom. So prarabdha karma is leading us. This is only in our hand. This moment is in my hand now. I am talking with you. This is the moment I am here. This night I go, next morning I do not know whether I will be back again. So how you utilize this moment, just this moment. What do you think about yourself? What do you think about the world? What is attachment? What is attachment? Who will go with us when I die? Raise these serious questions, then you will say, oh, many things will drop off. You know, I remember the one example when the fire was severe in our Santa Barbara and those areas, in anywhere. When the fire marshal comes, you have to vacate. What do? You want to get the whole house with you and in your arm and move. What do? Your most precious things you give up. Then you make a choice. What is precious and more precious, which is unavoidable. You pick up those things in your car and then run away. So this is our situation. When death comes, all our choice, love, hand, will force. You cannot take one hair with you. But we can take our impressions. Because mind is moving on from life to life, life to life. So how to utilize this moment is important. How we live the life. That's why spirituality, Vedanta teaches us how we live the life. It is not talk, it is not intellectualism, but it is to create a new impression in our mind from that old impression which keeps us obsessed, which keeps us tied down to the world of suffering and pain, to this new thought of just clearing the cloud and directing us in the proper way. So, it seems rational, it seems it is doable. That is why it is said, Sravana Manana Nididhasana. We have to listen these things again and again, or cogitate in the mind and think deeply. Is it rational? Is it true? Or there is some argument we have to do to understand the truth. And doing again and again and again, when the mind will be clear, no, this is the path, then one should be serious in practicing those disciplines, and then get total freedom. That old impression which is goading me forcefully, Duryodhana says, I know good, but I cannot do that. I am helpless. I know it is bad, I cannot get away of it, avoid it. I am helpless. But no, I am not helpless. It is all I created that. I can redo that now. You cannot do? Okay, take help of your teacher. Take help of the holy people. Take help of these books. Take help of the YouTube. So much beautiful lectures are there. Take help. Oh Lord, you are my refuge. I am your servant. Take. Here so much help is available. Not that you have to fight alone. And these holy people are waiting for us to help us. But who cares for them? Go ras gali gali fire, sura baithala vikai. There is a statement that sura, in our Indian context, sura means wine, is bad. Anyone takes, he's a bad guy. In the context of the time these verses came up. So people don't buy milk, which is so nourishing. And milk is openly available without restriction, without any rules of the country to break. Now in LA we have got marijuana allowed. But India, wine is not allowed. So it is illegal. So illegal thing sold in isolated corner. Now also, we do not know where the drug sellers you can get a drug. But those who are drug addicts, they go to that, searching here and there and find that place, which is not announced anywhere, and get that and eat, take. But when good food is given, open in the Hollywood Center or in Santa Barbara, no fees, no nothing, just come, sit, eat, and drink. No one is available to hear of this thing. So they say, Goras, that means the milk. In early days, India was such, the milkman, they will carry their milk door to door supply. Good milk available, knocking at your door. They cannot sell the milk, they come back, poor guy, milk is not sold. And this sura, this wine, which is intoxicating, which is not good, which is not allowed by the society, or drugs, they are sold in plenty. They are making big business there. So spiritual thoughts are not sold in the market. True spiritual food is not liked by people. You have to make it little secretive. You come, I'll give you $10,000. You give me, I'll give you one stroke and you get some realization. Then people will run. Oh, something is here available. Anyhow, Jaima. You have any question for 1 minute, 2 minutes?
I have a question.
Yes.
The 3 types of karma, the one from the past, and then you said the body and what we're doing now. What's the difference between the body that we have and what we're doing now?
Now this body has come because of our desire.
Oh, okay.
No, why we got a male body, what got a female body, what is called a cow body, what is a dog body.
Okay.
I had some desire to fulfill. What body will be fitted to that fulfillment of the desire? That type of body I inherit. Who have designed? God has designed. So that is the point. A crow comes and crow drinks water. So how he will drink water? If you give a flat plate and ask the crow to drink water, it will be there. No, you have to give this type of. So suited to their design, suited to our desires, our body, we get that body. And we are born, suppose according to your taste. Suppose some people are born in a musician's family, someone is born in a teacher's family. So the students from the very birth, they adapt all these things so quickly. They have their internal nature, sanskaras, and born in that environment, they quickly learn things. And then they become fulfill their expectation through that.
So it's not like that availability. Like if someone can have 5 desires, so out of this 5 desires, one is the strongest one, and then for that one, that body is not available. Then the other one, like say, the human body is very difficult to get. So cow body to satisfy other 4 will be possible. And that person will get the cow body. It's possible, right? It's not only one desire.
I do not know. I am not Sarvogya, but as I read in the scriptures, they say, what is your dominant desire? And then there are hundreds of desires, but what is the dominant desire? Now you say, simple. Oh, will you come for lunch? We have rice and dal. What is the food today? Rice and dal. We say rice and dal means 2 major items we have talked about. Does not mean that you go to for a lunch or dinner, they give only rice and dal. They give other fried things, some salad and this and that are associated. So many things are included there, but major idea is that what type of desire is dominant idea. And which body will satisfy that desire, that type of. That's why they say last thought when we leave the body, last thought. That is very important. That's why our whole life spiritual practice is also encouraged, because last thought will be God thought. If you can think of God, then you need not have to come into this turmoil. But if we think of other, we'll have to take another chance, another chance, another chance. Yeah.
Yes, you just told that 3 different layers of the mind. That is, the present moment is the consciousness, and then the
super conscious is when you reach that level of.
What is that? The super consciousness.
God realization state will be super conscious. Samadhi state will be super conscious.
So is it possible that when we are conscious, through our religious or through our constant.
To go to Ramakrishna's book you read. I read that today. Ramakrishna did that by touch. Raise their mind in a super conscious level. So they are seeing everywhere, God everywhere. So that is it. If it is not possible, why we read that? And why you are doing here? For us it may be not possible at this point. No. What is easily? You did your master's degree, PhD. Is it easy? I cannot do that. What is easy? What you like?
You have to try.
No. What you like, you do that. That is not easy. Not the question of easy. You face your target and you go for that. And you will have it. If one person has done it, everyone can do that.
You mentioned, having the steady and consistent service and steady mind, one pointed in God. So first think of God, and then everything else in your life will be sanctified through God. But when does that happen? For instance, now I've had the chance to be here a bit, but soon I'm going to be working.
Bring God there. We have to bring God there in your work also. We have 2 different ideas. It is secular and spiritual. But if everything is God, I am seeing at from my perspective, good and bad. But good and bad are not two things.
But these other parts of life, when can they be sanctified by God? Like,
Sanctified by God, it is always getting sanctified, but we are wearing a coarse cloth, so the sanctifying power is not touching our body. It is covered by this shirt and this chadar and the t-shirt and now so many layers of things. So it is coming, but it is not penetrating us. So we have to get out of this outer identification. That's why Vedanta says, I am not the body. Take out the outer dress. I am not the mind. Go to the subtler. Take out, rip off that. I am not our intelligence or intellect, buddhi. Rip off that. I am not the ego. I am I. I'm not that. Take out that. And if one can do that, then ultimately what is the shining light inside? You will feel that it is inside, it's everywhere. But it's so easy to say, but it takes whole life to think. In Vedanta, we as monks, our major thought is that I am not these 5 coverings. I am the inner self. I am that. Thou art that. To get out of these 5 coverings. And that's the struggle. It goes 50 years, 60 years. Depending on the intensity, one can just, one moment, it may all gone. And that is the moment we call he is a man of realization. It's possible because it has happened to someone. That's why it is a scientific religion. It is not based on some whims or my faith or something. It has been tested and verified in the past and recently verified and tested by these figures who are keeping in this room.
and what is the faith factor within Vedanta?
Faith, of course, you have to have faith. It is a theory. All we are talking is a theory. You should have a faith in those ideas to start with. It is called a working faith. But it's not real faith. It is a working faith, and if someone comes and tells you something, you may be again confused. But we have to start. That's Ramakrishna said it. Authenticity from that type of realized people are here. So that is true, and I believe that. That is my faith. It is starting faith. And if we practice a little bit and get some inner peace and joy, then we get more established. Yes, that faith is becoming solid and solid and solid. And it will be such solid that no doubt will remain ultimately, because your experience will come at the end. Okay? Thank you. Good night. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So it is almost 8:44.
Tomorrow you have gospel class?
Gospel class tomorrow. कितने देरी করে দিলাম
না 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 আমি জানতে চাইছি কবে মা শারদার ছবিটা পরিষ্কার করব
তো ওরাই বলবে
আমরা দেবখান আমাকে বলেছে হেল্প করতে
হ্যাঁ তো ওকে জিজ্ঞেস করো
ওকে বললাম বললো আপনাকে
না বলে তুমি জিজ্ঞেস করো ওকে তোর ঘরে চলে যাও তোমায় বলছি রাম নাম তো শনিবারে
রোববার অব্দি থাকুক
রবিবারে কোথায় রাখবে রামকে সাজাবে কোথায় সেই জন্যে
তুমি শনিবারের
দিকে শনিবারের আগে তেমন আজকে কি বার
আজকে মঙ্গলবার
বুধ বৃহস্পতি শুক্রবারের রাত্রে
শুক্রবার
ওকে জিজ্ঞেস কারণ ওই সাজাবে রামকে
ও আচ্ছা ও ওকে